Hello, Rhonda here with a Pilates mat routine appropriate for those who have osteoporosis. Joining me today is my Pilates instructor friend Jeanette.
Hello everyone. Today I will be demonstrating all of Rhonda's exercises with modifications, and whether you're following Rhonda or me, all exercises are appropriate for anyone with osteopenia or osteoporosis.
Listed in the description are contraindicated exercises for those who have osteoporosis. We're going to start with our warm-up on our backs, so let's go ahead and bring our feet about hip bone distance apart, hands behind the thighs, sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, find your C curve in your lower spine, lower spine, mid spine, upper spine. The head lands last. Let's go ahead and bring our arms down by our side, palms facing down. We're going to start off nice and easy with pelvic tilts. Tilting your pelvis towards you and then away. It's one breath, one movement. Inhale as you bring your pelvis away. Exhale as you tilt it in. Moving in that sagittal plane. Last two. Now we're going to find our neutral spine, little pocket of air in the lower spine. We're going to come into marching. We're going to lift the right leg and then the left leg, alternating. Keeping that same angle from the back of the thigh, from the calf muscle, waking up those lower abs. Last three, 2, and 1. Planting both feet on the mat. Let's go ahead and zip up the legs, ankle bones touching, knees touching. We're going to stretch the left leg long onto the mats, and we're going to come into something called knee fall out. So the right knee is going to drop out to the side and then back to that starting position up towards the ceiling. As you're moving the leg, you're trying to keep your pelvis quiet. Maybe with each repetition, the knee falls a little closer towards the ground. 2 more. Nice. All right. So let's go ahead and bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, and now we're going to come into a knee fall out on the left side. Keeping the pelvis quiet. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and bend the right knee again, bringing the foot flat on the mat. So everything's touching, knees touching, ankle bones touching. And we're gonna come into torso rotations. Nice, easy ones. Inhale, center, exhale, the knees come over to one side. Inhale, center, the knees come over to the other side. Moving the torso in rotation in a gentle way. Inhale, center, exhale, the knees come over to one side, then the other. Let's go one more in each direction. Bring it back to center. And now we're going to separate our feet back to hip bone distance apart. We're going to come into flat back bridging. Shoulders, arms, and hands anchored onto the mat. Neutral spine. Lift the hips up and then lower. Lift up and lower. And again, keeping that spine neutral. Think about squeezing your glutes as your hips are lifted up towards the ceiling. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, now we're going to come into a one-legged bridge. Jeanette's going to do the modified version. I'm going to reach my right leg up towards the ceiling. So now lifting the hips up, pressing with the left hip, or the left foot, I should say. But you're lifting both hips evenly, keeping the core engaged. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch. Right foot on the mat. And lift and lower that left leg, either with your left knee bent, or you can reach that leg up towards the ceiling. You should be feeling this in your hamstrings. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and bring that left foot back onto the mat. We're gonna come into toe taps. So let's bring both legs in tabletop position. I have a little space in between the knees. Your knees are directly above the hips. Jeanette's gonna demonstrate the modified version of toe taps. Starting with a light range of motion and then gradually increasing. And I'm gonna be reaching my toes a little closer towards the mat. Waking up those lower abs. If you feel like your back is arching too much as you bring the feet close to the mat, then please stick to the modified version. 2, and 1. Nice. All right, now moving into dead bugs. We're gonna bring both legs back into tabletop position. Reach both arms up towards the ceiling. We're gonna reach the right arm and stretch the left leg long, and then back to the start position. Now the left arm and the right leg stretches. You should be feeling this in your abs. Also working on a little coordination. Inhale to open, exhale back to center. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Bringing both feet back to the mat. Now we're gonna come into our single leg circles. So we're gonna start with the right leg. Jeanette's going to demonstrate the modified version. Let's reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna stretch my left leg long onto the mat, flexing the left foot, starting counterclockwise. This is your 12 o'clock, crossing the body down, up, around, and pause. Moving the leg from the hip joint. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's move in reverse clockwise, starting at 12, out to the side, down, up, around, and pause. Keep the abs engaged, that left hip stable. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. We're going to go ahead and switch legs. Now reaching the left leg up towards the ceiling. Again, Jeanette's showing the modified version with her knee bent. We're going to start clockwise, crossing the body. Little pause at 12 o'clock. Also trying to keep the upper body stable. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now move in reverse, counterclockwise, out to the side, down, up, around, and stop. Circling that foot in your own range of motion. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, we're gonna make our way onto all fours in a quadruped position. We're gonna do a modified cat-cow. So instead of flexing the spine, we're gonna think about drawing the navel in towards the spine, and then we can come into full extension. Exhale to draw the belly button to the spine, and then inhale to extension, looking forward, dropping the belly down. It's one breath, one movement. Inhale into extension. Exhale to draw the navel in. Let's do this 3 more rounds. Inhale here. Exhale, draw that belly button in. Last 2. So your spine naturally comes into a little bit of flexion as you draw the navel in. Let's go ahead and bring the spine back to neutral. Now coming into sternum drops. So we're going to keep our arms straight. We're working our rhomboids, strengthening them, and working on the posture as well. So take an inhale, exhale to draw the shoulder blades in together, and then lift. It's one breath, one movement, keeping the core engaged. The arms stay straight. You're just moving the scapula, dropping the sternum down towards the mat, and then lifting into neutral. Couple more. Nice. All right, let's bring the spine into neutral. We're gonna come into bird dog. We're gonna stretch the right arm long, the left leg back. Keep the hips level. Inhale, exhale, and switch. The left arm stretches, the right leg stretches long. Moving slowly, working that balance, strengthening the core, stretching the limbs long in opposite directions. We have 4 more. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. 1 more on each side. Nice. Let's make our way into a side lying position. Jeanette's going to be demonstrating the modified versions of the side lying legs. We're going to start off with leg lowers. So making sure that the hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, nice uplift at the waist, lift and lower that top leg with control. Working your abductors, your outer thigh muscles. As you're moving the leg, you're also trying to keep your upper body stable. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hover that top leg, coming into leg kicks. 2 little pulses forward with a flex foot and 1 sweep back. Flex, flex, point, 1 sweep back. Trying to keep that whole leg parallel to the ground, including the foot. You're working your abs just as much as you're working the leg by trying to keep that upper body stable, core engaged. Just 3 more. Last one. Nice. Now we're going to make our way into a side plank position. Jeanette's going to demonstrate the modified version, making sure your elbow is directly underneath the shoulder. We're just going to lift the hips up. You can have your hand resting in front of you. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, bring your hand to your hip or maybe even up towards the ceiling. Let's hold for 3 breaths here. And slowly lower. Now moving into clamps, let's bend both knees, align the heels with the glutes, keeping the heels connected as you open and close at the knees. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's make our way onto the other side in a side lying position. Again, you can either be on your bicep like Jeanette, or you can be up on your elbow, making sure it's directly underneath your shoulder, starting with those leg lowers. Working your abductor muscles, your outer thigh muscles. Really working that muscle by lifting with control, taking the momentum out of it. 2 and 1. Let's hover that top leg. Flex the foot, 2 little pulses forward, 1 sweep back. Pulse, pulse, point, and sweep. Again, that foot is coming much more forward than it's going back. Keeping those hips stacked. It's like you have a pin going down from the top of the hip all the way down to the bottom hip. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna make our way into a side plank. So again, making sure the elbows directly underneath the shoulder and your knees can be bent or legs straight. Let's go ahead and lift. Again, for that extra added challenge, you can place your hand on your hip or maybe reach it up towards the ceiling. Let's hold for 3 breaths here. And slowly lower. All right, finishing off our side lying series with clamps on this side. Now bending both knees, aligning the heels with the glutes, keeping the heels connected as you open and close at the knees. Working through those hip rotators, lubricating that hip joint for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. We're going to make our way into a prone position on our stomachs. Starting off our prone series with baby swan, palms facing down, framing our head, forearms anchored. Our feet are about hip bone distance apart. Make sure your abs and glutes are engaged to protect your back. You're going to inhale to press with those hands and forearms to lift, and then exhale to lower for baby swan. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. You want to make sure the back of your head is in line with your upper back. Try not to overextend the neck. Just 2 more here. Last time here. And now we're going to come into swan. I'm going to do full swan. Jeanette's going to demonstrate a different swan with her arms straight out in front of her. So I'm sliding my hands by my shoulders, keeping the abs and glutes engaged. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. Keep the back of your head in line with your upper back. 2 more. Nice. All right, now coming into single leg kicks. I'm interlacing my grip. The sides of the forearms are on the mat. We're gonna pulse one foot in and then the other. For a modified version, just shorten the range of motion. Maybe with each repetition, the heel comes a little closer towards the glutes. Keep your ears away from your shoulders, nice wide collarbones, and the upper body is stable. The hips staying quiet. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right. Now moving into Supermans. We're going to make a little X with our body. So extending our arms forward, and then our legs are a little bit wider than our hips now. Re-engage the abs and the glutes to protect your back. You're going to inhale to lift both the arms and the legs at the same time, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. Working your back extensors as well as your glutes and your hamstrings. Just 3 more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Last time. Nice. All right, now moving into swimming. Bringing the arms and the legs closer together in the sagittal plane, one straight line, ears come away from the shoulders. Jeanette's going to demonstrate the modified version by just lifting the right arm and the left leg, and the left arm and the right leg. Or you can pick up the pace, your choice, and swim. Swim for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and do a little release work here. Instead of doing a child's pose, we're going to do kind of a puppy dog pose. So just reach the hips back, getting some nice lengthen through the spine. Hips are away from the heels. Hold it for a couple of breaths here. And now we're going to come into a plank position. Jeanette's going to demonstrate the modified version. I'm going to come into a high plank. So we're going to lift the knees off the mat or keep them down for the modified version. Keep that nice long line from the back of your head to your heels. Abs engaged, stiff legs, and breathe. Three more breaths. Nice. All right, now moving into leg pulls. Jeanette's going to show a modified version by coming down onto her forearms and lifting one leg up, then the other. I'm going to come back into that high plank position, lifting one foot, and then stretching it long towards the opposite side of the room. Let's go one more on each side. Nice. All right, we're going to take a little break before we come on to our push-ups. Maybe roll out those wrists a little bit. Coming into push-ups. Either on your knees or on your toes. We're going to do 8. All right. So either coming in to a modified plank on your knees or up on your toes, fingertips pointed forward, and then come into your push-ups for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, let's go ahead and make our way into a seated position. Coming down to the home stretch with our seated exercises, we're going to come into leg pull. So Jeanette's gonna come onto her forearms. I'm gonna place my fingertips right by my glutes and I'm gonna lift my hips up. Legs are straight, shoulders open. You pulse one leg up and then the other. Keep the core engaged, upper body stable. And work through your own range of motion. You can just lift the legs up a little bit if that works better for you. Also working on your arm strength. Let's go one more on each side. Nice. All right, now moving into a modified teaser. Jeanette's gonna come onto her forearms. I'm gonna bring my hands back behind me, arms straight, fingertips pointed back. Keep the spine long. We're gonna bring one leg up and then the other one meets it and hold, keeping it nice and wide through the chest, open through the shoulders. And then we're gonna lower and lift. Nice and slow and controlled. Two more. Hold it at the top. Hands come behind your thighs. And then go ahead and plant those feet back onto your mat. Finishing off with spine stretch side. So go ahead and stretch both legs long out in front of you with your feet flexed. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your fingertips right by your side to lift your spine even taller. Your feet are a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Bring your left arm out to the side. Inhale, exhale, reach up and over. Inhale, center, exhale, the right arm reaches up and over. You're going up and over in one straight line, keeping that space between the chin and the chest. Going your own range of motion. Maybe with each repetition reaching up and over a little bit further, but always meeting through the center with that nice tall spine. Let's go one more on each side. Nice. All right, let's come into a seated position with our legs crossed out in front of us. Take a couple of breaths here to end our practice. Inhale to sweep both arms up, lengthen through the spine as your arms are up towards the ceiling. Turn the palms out. Exhale, all that still out. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale one last time. Inhale, reach, lengthen, and then exhale, float those arms down by your side. Nice job.